Hi everybody, I'm Izzy and this is Izzy's Vlog. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I have a long-standing YouTube show. Now, English isn't my native language, and the people who watch my videos, English isn't their native language either. However, they have been asking me for a while now to do these videos in English. Now, I'm not entirely sure why, but they are paying the bills, so what the hell. One thing that I want to talk to you guys about that I'm crazy excited for is the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo, or Calgary Expo for short. And no, not Comic-Con. Comic-Con is something else entirely. I know that it's commonplace to refer to the Calgary Expo as Calgary Comic-Con. It's not 100% accurate. Fuck, it's not 30% accurate because it's two completely separate things. But that's the end of that rant. I'm excited for the Calgary Expo because it's the one thing in the city that I always go to. Always. I never miss it. Now, I'm from Brazil, and growing up, I was a huge nerd. I mean, huge nerd. And we didn't have things like that back home. So when I found out that I was coming to Canada, one of the first things I thought was, holy shit, I can finally go to those shows where they have like comic books and games and toys and video games and all that shit. You ever seen An American Tail? Five-O, the little mouse? Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it because I never actually watched that movie in English. Anyway, there's a part in the movie where the rats are on a ship and they're singing about America and they're talking about how there's no cats in America. Now, I'm not sure if that resonates the same way to the non-immigrant, but basically what that scene is about is it's talking about how to the immigrant point of view, this new land they're going to is almost magical. It's almost perfect. So to the context of the movie, the rats think that there'll be no cats in America. Of course, it's obvious that they're wrong, but it helps the viewer understand the immigrant point of view. They believe that they're leaving a place that sucks to go to an awesome place. And that was a bit how I felt when I was coming here and I was thinking, all those, because we had like nerd magazines and stuff like that would showcase like E3 and Comic-Con and all of these big events that I didn't have growing up because I lived in Brazil. So that was my mindset. I was like, holy crap, I'm going to a place where I'm gonna be able to go to these crazy events and buy the merch, buy all of this shit that you see here, because I buy a lot of the stuff in these expos. Anyway, going back to my main point. The thing that I do the most when I go to these expos is buy toys. And I buy a lot of toys. I bought this guy at one of these expos. The other thing that people like to do at these expos is dress up as their favorite characters. Be it video games or movies, TV shows, cartoons, whatever. I personally don't do it because it's not my thing. Now, the one thing I never do at these events is do the photo ops. Like, they have famous people, like people from movies and TV and stuff like that, and they bring them over, and then they have panels where people can ask questions, and they have photo sessions. The reason I don't do it is because depending on the person, it's pretty expensive. And I don't think there's anybody out there that I like that much that I would spend that much money just to get a picture taken with them. This year, however, might be the one exception. And why is that? Because the cast of Aliens is coming to Calgary for the expo. Now, I'm a huge Aliens fan. I mean huge. Even though, if you think about it, most of the movies suck. Alien 3 sucked. Alien Resurrection sucked. That one sucked a lot. Prometheus, holy shit, that one sucked. However, Alien and Aliens are so great that I'm willing to look past that. Just to give you an idea of how big a fan I am. You see this guy right here? It's a little dusty. This guy came in the collector edition of this piece of shit game called Aliens Colonial Marines. Now, the game sucks. It sucks so much, in fact, that you'll notice I never opened it. It's still closed. But it came with this statue, which is awesome. And I grew up worshiping the power loader, which is what this big mech is called. When I was a kid, we didn't have toys like this, and even though this isn't technically a toy, it's more of a statue, I had to buy the special collector's edition of the game. At the time, I didn't even have a PS3, but I had to buy it just for this right here. That's how big a fan I am. I have some other Aliens toys back there. I'm not sure if you can see them. Anyway, maybe this year I'll make an exception because getting my picture taken with Sigourney Weaver would be fucking awesome. Dude, I cried when Ripley died at the end of Alien 3. Spoiler alert, I guess, but that movie's like 20 years old by now. And truth be told, it sucks a little bit. So really, I didn't ruin the movie for you. But anyway, maybe this year I'll, for the very first time ever, and I've been going to these expos every year, but maybe this year for the first time I'll actually get my picture taken with one of the celebrities that show up. Now it's gonna be funny because I'm like 5'7" and Sigourney Weaver's like a fucking giant, so it's gonna make for kind of a funny picture, I think. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today. These English videos are gonna become a little more frequent now because of you guys, the Patreon crowd. For those of you who don't know, I set up a Patreon campaign to try to monetize my work here. I spend a lot of time doing these shows. It takes me away from my work, from my studying, from my family even. So in order to make make the time that I spend here viable, I started a Patreon campaign to monetize my show. And within like 2 weeks, you guys pitched in so much money that I've actually considered cutting my hours at my quote-unquote real job to meet the demand. So the last couple of weeks have been absolutely incredible, and it's because of my patrons that requested more videos in English that I decided to bring back Izzy's Vlog, which I guess now it's the actual official title of this series. So yes, videos in English are gonna be a more frequent thing here. Thanks to you guys. And as always, if you like this video, hit the like, subscribe button, all that stuff. You guys know. I'm Izzy, and I'm done.
Eu sou o patrão do Easy Nobre.